On January 4th, 2024, a seemingly routine night dive would transform into an unimaginable nightmare. Christopher Gaudet and Frederic Pochet, two seasoned divers with years of experience, set out for what they believed would be a thrilling exploration in the Plate Taille reservoir. Known as one of Belgium's premier diving spots, the reservoir offers an underwater world filled with man-made marvels and natural wonders. But this dive would lead them into the clutches of a force they could neither predict nor control, resulting in a tragedy that stunned the diving community and the entire nation. Located in the scenic Wallonia region of Belgium, the Plate Taille Reservoir is part of the Heure Lakes, the country's largest artificial lake complex. This engineering marvel was created in the 1970s, a testament to human ingenuity. 5 interconnected dams transformed the nearby river Heure into a series of lakes, with Plate Taille standing out as the centerpiece. Spanning an impressive 790 meters, the dam is more than a spectacle. It's a powerhouse, with 4 massive turbines generating hydroelectric energy for the surrounding regions. Beneath its tranquil waters, however, lurks a hidden danger. The turbines, capable of moving 400 cubic meters of water per second, create a force so powerful it can pull objects and even people into its depths. This hidden hazard would become the undoing of 2 divers, whose skills and experience would ultimately prove no match for the dam's immense power. Seekers above the surface, the Plate Taille Reservoir appears serene, even idyllic. Families flock to its shores for water skiing, sailing, and snorkeling. For divers, it's an underwater playground, complete with sunken attractions deliberately placed to draw adventurers. An old helicopter, a bus, and various other artifacts rest silently on the reservoir floor, creating an eerie yet captivating underwater scene. With such activity comes the need for strict safety measures. The local diving center, aware of the nearby dam's dangers, established 2 safety zones, Zone A and Zone B. Each spans a radius of 150 meters, marked to ensure divers remain a safe distance from the turbines. Venturing beyond these zones is strictly prohibited, as the dam's turbines operate unpredictably, switching on and off depending on electricity demand. Even within the designated zones, divers are advised not to descend below 20 meters, where the sounds of the turbines can already be faintly heard, a reminder of the unseen danger below. Despite the clear guidelines, Christopher and Frederic made a deliberate decision to explore beyond the safety zones. Both men were highly skilled, holding advanced diving certifications that included technical skills for navigating challenging environments. Their equipment reflected their expertise: closed-circuit rebreathers and underwater scooters. These choices were not accidental. Unlike the open-circuit scuba gear commonly used by recreational divers, closed-circuit rebreathers recycle exhaled gas. This advanced system removes carbon dioxide, allowing the remaining oxygen to be reused while adding fresh oxygen as needed. The result is a highly efficient breathing system that conserves gas, extends dive times, and allows divers to explore at greater depths. However, this advanced equipment also requires meticulous preparation and expertise, as any failure in the system can be fatal. Adding to their sophisticated setup were underwater scooters devices designed to propel divers through the water at higher speeds. By holding onto the handles, a diver could cover vast distances with minimal effort. Together, this gear signaled their intention to push boundaries, to go deeper and further than most. At precisely 5 p.m., as the sun dipped below the horizon and the last visitors packed up their belongings, Christopher and Frederic entered the water. The surface of the lake mirrored the fading light, masking the danger that lurked below. As they descended, the ambient noise from the surface faded, replaced by the muffled hum of the turbines, a sound that grows louder with depth. At 20 meters, the sound of the turbines was faint but unmistakable. For most divers, this depth would serve as a clear signal to turn back. But Christopher and Frederic were not like most divers. They pressed on, descending further into the cold, dark waters of the reservoir. The 30-meter mark passed without hesitation, then 35 meters. At this depth, the pressure on their bodies was immense, 4 times that of the surface atmosphere. Despite the challenges, their equipment allowed them to continue without significant strain. The world around them grew darker. the faint glow from their underwater lights illuminating only a small radius in the vast, eerie expanse. Finally, they reached 40 meters. Here, the intake tunnel of the plate tile dam came into view. The massive opening, designed to draw in water at incredible speeds, loomed ahead like the mouth of an unseen predator. The turbines were silent, their immense blades motionless for the moment. But the calm was deceptive. Unbeknownst to the divers, the dam's control systems were about to activate. Electricity demand in the surrounding area had surged, triggering the turbines to power on. As the divers hovered near the tunnel, a low hum began to vibrate through the water. The sound grew louder, more intense. Then, with no warning, 3 of the dam's 4 turbines roared to life. The suction force was immediate and overwhelming, pulling water into the intake tunnel at a rate of 106 cubic meters per second. Christopher and Frederic had no time to react. Within seconds, they were caught in the irresistible pull of the current, dragged toward the 4.5-meter-wide tunnel. Their underwater scooters, capable of reaching speeds of up to 2.8 meters per second, were useless against the turbine's force, which moved water at speeds up to 30 meters per second. Their descent accelerated uncontrollably, pulling them deeper into the tunnel, from 50 meters to 70 meters in mere moments. The immense force left no room for escape. At precisely this moment, the dam powered back on. 3 of its 4 turbines roared to life, creating a suction force of 106 cubic meters per second. The water rushed through the intake tunnel, and within moments, the 2 divers were caught in the pull. No human or machine could resist this force. At speeds of up to 30 meters per second, the divers were dragged helplessly into the 4.5-meter-wide tunnel. The immense pressure pulled them from 50 meters deep to 70 meters in seconds, directly toward the spinning blades of the turbines. When Frederic failed to return, his son became alarmed. By Friday morning, he found their car still parked near the dam and immediately contacted authorities. A large-scale search and rescue operation was launched. Belgium's civil protection team, along with disaster victim identification units and professional divers, combed the reservoir. Sonar equipment was deployed to scan the depths, and helicopters with thermal cameras searched from above. On the first day, search teams recovered damaged rebreathers, diving vests, and scooters. These remnants hinted at the tremendous force the divers faced. Despite heavy rain reducing visibility, the search continued relentlessly. After 46 hours, the tragic conclusion became clear. Body parts were discovered downstream of the dam, and an autopsy confirmed they belonged to Christopher Gaudet and Frederic Pochet. Experts explained that the men were likely victims of differential pressure, or delta P. This occurs when large volumes of water flow through a small opening, creating an irresistible suction. Even with the best equipment, there was no escape. To this day, questions remain. Did the divers deliberately approach the dam, or was it a miscalculation? Either way, the absence of protective grids at the dam's intake tunnels played a critical role in this tragedy. The plate tile dam disaster serves as a haunting reminder of the dangers lurking beneath seemingly calm waters. For Christopher Gaudet and Frederic Pochet, a routine dive became a fatal encounter with the immense power of nature and technology combined. Would you like to see more stories like this? Click the subscribe button and turn on notifications to join us for more compelling accounts of extraordinary journeys. Thanks for watching.